Hey there, wild ones. Welcome and welcome back to that Wild Spark YouTube channel. Kat here with a new timeless collective reading, meaning no matter when you come across this message and it resonates with you, it is for you. All of the messages on this channel are love readings. They're for all the signs, all the people, all the time. So if you felt called in, this message is probably for you. I do hope that you are having a fabulous morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world, and that life has been treating you deliciously. That word? Yeah, deliciously is what's coming through here. So I did just record the June 2026 monthly reading on the main channel, Stars Aligned Oracle, and this deck is one of the decks that I used for that. If you're not privy to the main channel, Stars Aligned Oracle, go ahead and check it out. Lots of messages over there. Again, I did just record. I don't know which one's going to come out first, this one or that one, but the June monthly reading on the second channel, or the main channel, and use this deck. And this deck wanted to come through for this message, this love message for you on this channel as well, wild one. So this is a yes or no deck. Gives you some insight, gives you some information. This insight, this information is not set in stone. It is at this time. You can make different choices, decisions, go down a different path. So can your person. It's free will, but it does give you insight into this moment or whenever you come across this. So go ahead and think of, we're going to do 3 total yes or no questions that you have with regards to your person, to your relationship, to love. And we're going to get some yes or no answers with a little bit of insight, because each card does have a little bit of insight. And then we'll get a few cards from the written deck before we close this message off. So go ahead and think of a first yes or no question. Really tune into it. Have it in your mind as I continue to shuffle. If you need to pause this message, this video, to come up with one, go ahead and do that. Oh, look, it came right through on its own. Your first answer is no. In the formative stage, immature, being hungry. Okay. So the answer is no for this first question. So in the formative stage, immature, being hungry. So this may be coming through this message for you here, wild ones, because you might be in a new relationship or just barely meeting somebody, or right, and maybe you're trying to jump a little too quick. You're trying to get that the worm before it's time. So really tune into kind of where you're at, if you're being a little hungry, okay, within that. Let's go ahead and think about question number 2. What is question number 2 that you might have here, wild ones? Question number 2, again, pause this if you need to. And, this just means that it's formative. It's very new. Doesn't mean that that's not going to change to a yes in the future. Okay. Ooh. Too many. We're just going to get one for each one of these. Ooh, that was, it was a pop out, and then it was like, changed my mind. And that's something that can definitely happen. The energy changes, or can change, too many, very quickly here, wild ones. So really, let it kind of flow as it needs to. Your second one is also a no. Currents too strong. Find solid ground. Okay, so there's that letting it flow that came through right before this card came out. It feels like there's a pushing, and it's causing problems or issues. A rift is what's coming through here. Okay, get back onto solid ground. Let it flow. Let it progress naturally. Let it move as it is meant to. Okay. Oh my gosh. The other side, actually, this card came out in the June reading. Flow with the current, natural progress. Holy cow. You see that? I can't believe this came out in this message as well here, wild ones. But this, yeah, natural progression. Let it flow as it's meant to. I was even talking about that before the card came out. And then look, so see, go and watch that June 2026 message on the main channel, Stars Aligned Oracle, because it feels very much like it is in sync and a natural next progression for you to watch. Okay, but there's a bit of pushing. The currents are too strong. It's time to find solid ground. Get back into solid ground and let it flow and progress as it's meant to, okay? Let's go ahead and think of the last one. Your last yes or no question with regards to love, to your person, to your relationship. It could even be with regards to yourself and how you are showing up or coming through. It needs to be yes or no. Again, remember, it's not set in stone. I don't know if that came out as 1 or 2. I apologize. It was a yes, though. So let's see what actually... Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. You got 3 no's here. At the bottom of the deck is a no as well. But we did get that center one, or that one that was a yes. Okay, so you do have yeses and nos. That one, last one, maybe we'll wind it back, or maybe you can wind it back and see what that yes was. Maybe pause it on it, see what it was, if there was more than one. But no, resistant to change, upsetting news, accident. Okay, so it does feel like there is a no. Somebody is resistant to change. If you are pushing somebody, if you're being too hungry, that may be turning somebody off. It could be vice versa here. Wild ones, this could be your person doing this to you, but it does feel like there is upsetting news. Somebody is resistant to change. There could be something showing up happening, even an accident, although we don't want, right, that to come through. Just be aware that there's a potential that you or your person are potentially, if we put the 3 together, pushing too hard. But there's a resistance to change coming through. Upsetting news might be coming through as well in the very near future. Let's go ahead and get a few of the written cards, see if we can figure out a little bit more before we close this off. Wow, interesting. You do have "you are mine" coming through, so there's a potential that even though things are a bit immature, even though there's still a hope coming through with this, okay? There's still a bit of hope. You are mine. So this could be you, this could be them, but you are getting a patience, okay? Patience. It is time. This is a moment, a space and time, with 3 no's coming through with these cards. In answer to your question, to be in a state of patience. Again, let things flow and naturally progress. Okay, it feels very much like it's too soon. Like maybe you're being a little hungry, maybe they're being a little hungry, trying to force things, not really in a space of change or ready for that. So patience is required, it feels like right now, okay? Patience is required. And you're going to have answers, movement, information that's going to be showing up, but it might not be right now, in this moment, in this instant, tomorrow even. So patience, okay? You do have the "you are mine," so it does feel like they're very much on that space where you are. And then you do have like turning into love. So it just feels like it's new, and there really isn't any solid ground built yet. It feels like it's very immature. Maybe you guys have just met. Maybe it's not really right in a space for even thinking, but there is that potential for like turning into love. So if you slow it down, be a little bit patient, and let this come through and progress naturally as it's meant to, there's a potential that this could turn from like to love. But if you push and force and continue to kind of be in that hungry or impatient potentially energy, there could continue to be that resistance to change and kind of that deflecting energy. So this feels very much like it was meant to come through, like you were meant to hear this, okay? And so here it is, okay? I'm going to leave it there. I hope it resonated. I'll see you in the next one.